What's up, you guys? This is Junior Trader. In this video, we are taking a look at QQQ and SPY and also tech stocks, Microsoft, Apple, Google, Amazon, Meta, and Netflix. So let's take a look at what the market has been doing and is giving us. And as for going into this coming week, do we have more room to go to the upside in the broader market, or is this week going to be a week of pullback? Or we might also result into sell-off. So we'll talk about all of that in this video. And again, please guys note, none of this is any financial advice. This is only for education purposes. You are solely responsible for your own financial decisions and outcomes, okay? Now, so let's start off with tech stocks first, because it's easier to come back to QQQ and SPY at the end because those are usually the derivatives, right? So, all right, so Microsoft. Now, looks like for us, the thesis of pullback has been working out. So remember what I was saying in my videos earlier on Microsoft is that, yes, I talked about this cool off, that after earnings, why Microsoft can continue to sell off. We got that play. And then once it got out of 397 and above, I have been saying that this structure is turning bullish on this. At least a rebound possibility is possible. We got here all the way to 50 days moving average with that rebound, and then as it was going lower, I talked about if we want to stay bullish here, continue upside, and we want to turn this into a pullback, then we need to hold a support at this significant level of $406 marked by my indicator as well. And if you need access to my tools, links are in the description below of this video. And then we finally formed a pivot here, another pivot, and you can see pullback has been going up. So things are still bullish on Microsoft. I'm not seeing any structure or the trend to the downside. If this has to turn bearish here, we need to, from where the price action is right now, then we need to lose this level of 413 and start heading lower again. That will mark the failure of it. But since the direction is to the upside into the pullback, after the pullback, I mean to say, there is more room for Microsoft to continue higher. So let's go to the hourly interval real quick, and let's identify some of the areas on intraday as well. So yeah, right now, as I said, well, guys, where the price is right now, you can see in the post market, it's looking like a little bit weaker, right? So in this case, you have to be careful as well. And so for that, you're watching this significant level, 413 and 43 cents. So at intraday level, if we are still holding this level, this is still in an uptrend, okay? If we lose 413, then I would start to see weakness on this thing, and it may start to cool off again at least, okay? So you have, this is the level that's going to hold the support on this to continuation to the upside, at least for intraday at 430. Now I'll talk more about once, you know, as for this is for Monday, and then for the days after, I'll talk about on Monday, okay? But that's what I'm seeing Microsoft as right now. Apple. So Apple has been doing zigzagging choppiness. So I talked about it that, guys, sure, earnings were fine, guidance was fine, it's nothing significant. This thing gapped up, and I said that I expect this thing to cool off and then stay choppy just above 200 days moving average. And things so far has been working out like that. But to get more sense out of it, we have to go to the hourly interval. Now, this is where I had this trend line as well off of these pivots that, guys, if it can hold it, you can expect this thing to continue. But at the same time now, what we are seeing, we continued for a day and then we sold off the next day, right? It's running into this supply zone again and selling off in that supply zone. So what it tells you that is the weakness is there, and right now it's looking weak again. So, and it's now below that trend line. So the trend line that was holding a support first is now holding a rejection. So what you are watching for intraday, at least on Monday, is if Apple loses 182 and 38 cents, you can expect this thing to crawl its way down to 180 and 20 cents or so. That's the first thing we can be watching on this. And going back to that will bring you, again, I would say be very careful as well. Don't even wait until maybe 180 and 20 cents. Watch this thing at least first can cool off again down to this 200 days moving average, okay? So that's that. But yeah, I'm seeing weakness in Apple as well. Let's take a look at Google. So Google, this thing, I know that in just last 1 or 2 hours of the trading, this thing got massively bought back up again. And yeah, really don't have a any reason for that here, guys. I didn't even see anything come up on Google. But so one thing I wanted to be careful of, and as I was saying that yes, guys, this rebound is coming in and it can pull back. It's turning into continuation to the upside, and it's an upside bean. But as we were forming these some lower candles, I was saying be careful, as if we start to lose this level, intraday it can give some short plays, at least down to maybe these moving averages if we would be making our way down here. So has it done that? Well, so we'll have to see the price action. Is the move still to the downside? Is it going to continue, or is it going to head higher up again? So again, it all comes down to the structure, guys, and accordingly stop losses needs to be put in place. But structure has lost this trend line that it was holding this pivot on intraday, and it lost that. Some buying happened at that precisely at 200 hours moving average. Thing went up, but then in the post market it's still selling off again. Look, intraday you can trade with these levels, long or short, as if it breaks. I would say give it a day or two if any cool off has to come, because we need to see this 200 hours moving average loose. Right now it's above that, so pullbacks are being bought back up. It's simple, right? Yeah, so yeah, right now if we want to see it to go to the downside, it has to lose 200 hours moving average. Otherwise Google is not, it's a more of a choppy thing between 169 and 68 cents to this 167 and 10 cents. It's more of a choppy zone for Google, because it's a little bit directionless between the range of 169 and almost some cents and then 167. All right. Okay, Amazon. So let's take a look at Amazon here. And Amazon, guys, okay, so this is what one thing we talked about. And on Amazon, I need to adjust something on my indicator. It's a low volatile stock. So let's go to medium first. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so guys, with Amazon, the thing is that, so I talked about, yeah, it's trying to go up double top, right? But I said that if this has to be a fake out, the next day we have to see a sell off and lose 188 and 74 cents. So we are getting that. Look, if this cool off continues, this is a breaking point of intraday cool off, 186 and 46 cents. As if this breaks, 20 and 50 days moving average is the first level it can be tracked upon. But yeah, all the way down here, but then you are also having a stop loss regardless, right? And once we lose though the level of 180 and 34 cents or so, that's almost a neckline break of a good support, and that would bring a lot more weakness in Amazon. But am I seeing that right now happening? No. But this has to be taken into the two steps if the cool off has to come. So the one step is right over here, almost here, and then the next step along the way is from down from there, and this could be like down here as well. Otherwise, if it continues again, breaks above 188 and 70 cents, it's a continuation to the upside. All right, that's Amazon. Let's take a look at Meta. So Meta, as you know, I have been talking about that since the time it started to hold support here, 428, and that's why I booked my short position, covered my short position here, down here, because structure was looking back to the upside. And I have been saying that, guys, expect this rebound to come at least to these levels of like 485 or so. And again, let me adjust something here on my indicator. And here we go. So yeah, now from here, we have, yeah, so here's the pivotal point, guys. Now if you see this thing lose 20 days moving average and sells off, it has a room to come down to 446. Otherwise it's in the uptrend and it can continue higher. So you are watching the loss of 20 days moving average if it does that now. Otherwise, no, it's just it can continue higher level by level, and accordingly size in, size out. As for the general direction, or well, where it is right now, it's a very precarious area, because there is this, guys, the I do expect it to, you can, a little bit, it can still go higher maybe, but I do expect this trend line together with 200 hours moving average might give it some rejection as well. So just be careful. This is the area you are watching as well, okay? And I can't emphasize this hard enough, guys. This is all only educational advice. You are solely responsible for your own financial decisions and outcomes, okay? Netflix. So Netflix, as I have been saying, that the reasons I covered my short position all out in here because I was seeing structure back again to the upside, and I have been calling out this rebound can continue. And then the next area is that if we break above this blue box as well that I have drawn here, then you are expecting the test of again these all-time highs areas. And that's what Netflix has been giving us. It has tested that and is selling off a little bit. Now, what to expect out of price action? If Netflix loses this blue box, there is a cool off that potential can come to 479. The blue box is like $603 right now, right? But if it stays above here, 603 and above is a continuation to the upside. So if you are a bullish trader and you are seeing on a lower time frames intervals price consolidations holding here, then it can be traded long. Otherwise, losing this blue box will constitute another leg down that is to the level of 580, and then we'll see the price action more, and then we'll talk about it. If I take it to the hourly interval, I do see some cool offs coming in, and I can see that this near all-time highs, previous highs, we are running into some sell-offs. So yeah, Netflix, guys, yeah, just trade with that. Even on intraday, if it stays below 50 hours moving average, it can be played to the downside. If it goes above 20, not just 20, but I would say this level, 612 intraday, this may try to give you some upside if it goes above that. But if it breaks below 609, we will be testing this blue box again. And if we land in there, then expect some more cool off coming down to at least 200 hours moving average or so. When I say at least to there, it means that it's the direction it's heading towards there, and then we have to see the price action before that and around that. As if price action starts to flip, guys, we have to accordingly adjust the position. But that's the sentiment right now. Okay, so let's go to QQQ and SPY, and let's talk about that. So all right, with QQQ, guys, I have been saying that back when here was the distribution phase, and I was saying that, guys, expect a cool off, expect a sell off, and when we start to see the structure to the downside, I called out all these short plays accurately, that all the way $412, and when this thing started to go up, right, and yes, like just like SMCI showed you, yes, the target stays like, okay, the cool off may come to these moving averages, but as I always say, take partial profits out along the ways, because once the structures start changing, do you want to be stubborn and, an idiot in the market and just keep beating the same drum? Oh no, it's going to keep going lower, while everything is showing you now in the structure that structure is building to the upside. So it's very important that to stay humble in the market and evolve and adapt your thesis as what its price structure is telling you. All right. Don't be stubborn, don't be arrogant, you are just hurting yourself, okay? Now, yeah, so we got all those plays and made good money. I know many of you also made good money on this thing. Many of you have messaged me very thankful message that, Junior Trader, thank you for telling us about it. Made a lot of good money down here. So then, guys, things started to go upside. And I was talking about, guys, the structure is becoming intraday bullish at least, and this rebound may continue to this blue box. But this rebound, as if it sells off, there's a possibility will sell off here. But if bulls can hold above 421 and 68 cents, and then we would be potentially this time will break this blue box. I said all of this, and we have been going up and up and up from there, right, in this continuation. Now, the question is, do we have still more room to go up? Well, technically, we are bullish on QQQ. We are not bearish right now as long as we are above 50 days moving average, right? So, yeah, things have been going up in that direction. So watch 50 days moving average. If we are above that, yeah, continuation to the upside. Again, guys, look, in these extensions, profits should be taken and reloads can be tried in the pullback, all right? But things are bullish. We are seeing this sell-off again at near-term all-time high. So structure, if it wants to change, at least intraday cool-offs may come to 50 days moving average. And if this breaks, then you're watching this around 20 days move. Not just that, but also this level of 432. But we have a lot of bullish structure. It's still, and bulls have a lot of room to play. That's what I'm trying to say. Now let's go to the hourly interval. So as this cool off that I'm saying that on intraday may possibly come, for that you can also watch the break of the level of 441, and looks like things are slowing down on the near term, right? Trying to go up, but it is selling off. And so yeah, if we lose this 50 hours moving average, intraday cool offs can continue, and then you can watch like the level of 438 and so. And so yeah, this is like a pullback in the uptrend, and then if structure on the on the full daily will start changing, I'll talk about that. So yes, but looks like cool off may come. All right, let's go to the SPY. Same thing, guys. I talked about so it hit all of our levels right down here, and once the structure started changing, I started calling out that, guys, if bulls wants to rotate and keep rotating it back to the upside, first I called out the yes, intraday rebounds may come, but then it will reject at 50 days moving average. But if bulls wants to rotate it, they will have to do it above 497.59, and we got that. And we have been going in an uptrend, and I have been saying that we are still in uptrend, and yes, expect this thing to test. We are very close to that, and we're almost testing that. SPY is not bearish. SPY is still holding full bullish structure as long as it's above 518. And yeah, this thing is bullish. If we lose 518, this may continue a little bit selling off lower as well. But remember, we are above 20 and 50 days moving average. But this is the time to take profits. This is not the time to enter new position on the long side. Intraday short, yes, you can trade the cool offs, right, with the break of levels. But this is not the time to open a new swing long. Swing long time are gone for right now, where the price is. Now, yes, intraday shorts may come. First level you're watching is down to 518, and if we break that, then 515. And then if structure changes on the swing side, I'll talk about that as well. Anyways, guys, that's all for this video. If you found it helpful and valuable, please hit the like and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next videos. Take care. Bye. And if you need access to my tools, links are in the description below. All right, bye.